Hey guys, welcome to Melanin United. On this video, we're going to talk about this new bill that passed and actually they voted on it. The U.S. proposed a bill called the Russian Malign Activity Influence Act in Africa, right? So what the and it passed in the House of Representatives. I think it got like 54 votes, an overwhelming amount, right? Now they're just waiting for it to pass through the Senate, and once it passed through the Senate, then Joe Biden, Jim Crow Joe's gonna sign it. So what it does is so that act monitors all of Russia's activities and what's influenced with African governments and African countries. So, like I told you, like in the whole Sahel region, that whole jihadist fight and that fake all that stuff that the Europeans, the Americans, right? Those fake terrorist groups that they sponsor and all that they fund and give weapons to. Yeah, because France has a lot of military in those Sahel regions in Africa. So like the regions like Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, Mauritania, Cote d'Ivoire, and all those places, right? So then, Russia, and the thing is, the anti French sentiment's getting big there, right? Like a lot of the, like I told you the other day, Mali kicked the French out. A lot of the countries there want to kick France out too. So they they don't want French soldiers there anymore. So, and the thing is, they're pro-Russians because the Russians are also in there in a couple of the countries like Mali, Niger, Chad, Central African Republic, and the Russians actually moved forward. They did good things. Like the countries and like the citizens are saying Russia actually make big progress, and like a lot of the stuff is going away. But the Europeans do not want that, right? And France has been on their temper tantrum, trying to destabilize all these countries because those are like all French former colonies, right? Still basically are, right? So, but Russia has made big strides and helped big, right? And I'm not saying we got for us to depend on Russia for everything and all that. I'm just saying like where they can help, like what they did, that's pretty good, right? So the U.S. So now they're trying to think of new strategies, what to do to counter the Russians, right? Even though they're helping, right? So the U.S.'s the malign activity influences Russia, right? So now this gives them, if they pass this like through the Senate and Biden signs it, that means they can literally monitor, which they already do, but they don't say. But now they can publicly monitor activities going on in these African countries. That's basically spying, and that's like, where's the sovereignty in that? Where's our sovereignty in that? So even though you're like two different governments, an African government and like a Russian government, like trading or talking about economic, cooperation and stuff, the U.S. can monitor that, and if it's something bad, quote unquote bad, like they're saying, because they're trying to say Russia is violating human rights, doing rape, torture, and all of that, when it's really the French and the UN and the U.S. and all these European countries, right? So basically, they're monitoring all these African countries, and let's say if Russia helps more, gets rid of these so-called jihadist terrorism groups, and like they make more progress, and then obviously like the government's like there's resource, like we know Africa is resource rich, right? So obviously the Russians are helping, they're gonna want something, right? So they're gonna want maybe like some gold or some oil or something. So I'm saying, and the U.S. and France and all the European unions, they want that, right? That's why this so-called fights keep happening. They keep instigating it because they're going to keep stealing. But these countries are realizing that France is literally just is instigating and what I mean, like manipulating, and they're causing all this. France and like help of the U.S. and Europeans, right? So and they realize Russia is doing good and Russia is actually helping them advance. So literally, if like Russia's helping them advance more, and they trade and like they give Russia some gold and oil, and that's not going to the West, the European unions or the U.S. They're saying the U.S. is gonna take measures. So basically, they're gonna sanction some African governments, stop sending aid and all that. Let them stop sending, yo. Let them stop sending aid. Who cares? That's when we start. We got to start working together like intra-African trade, right? What happened to the free trade agreement in Africa, right? That that we're supposed to be trading and stuff. So if they sanction a country in the Sahel, like they want to do, just because they're working with Russia and Russia's helping them get rid of these jihadists and they're giving Russia some resources instead of the Europeans, if they want to If they want to sanction us, then all we got to do is work together. Like it's a mistake when they sanctioned Zimbabwe like a long time ago, and no one wanted to mess with Zimbabwe. You guys were supposed to work with Zimbabwe and make sure that everyone in Zimbabwe can eat. They, they're becoming like business savvy and everything, like, So, and like it's a business hub in Zimbabwe and stuff. So we can't let them individually sanction a country and then leave that country alone, to like pay, and the people didn't even do nothing. So if they sanction any of us, just work together. That's what we gotta do. So like, but yeah, this they always talking about sovereignty and all that, Ukraine and Taiwan and everything like that. So where is the sovereignty in this? That's what I'm asking you guys. Do you guys not see where is the sovereignty in this? So they're literally gonna be allowed to spy in the countries. What? So they're gonna get. So if the countries are saying no, don't interfere in our internal affairs, because that's interfering, right? The countries are cooperating with Russia and working on other stuff. That means the U.S. can interfere. That means the U.S. can see what they're doing, and if they don't like it, if they're giving resources, like I said, to Russia for helping them, then they're gonna sanction them and they're gonna pull aid. We don't even need their aid. That's all. That's all they do. They think if they stop giving countries aid or sanctions, oh my God! And most of the times it's true. Those countries beg and like, okay, we'll do this. We won't do that no more. Just so they can get aid and shit. But if you guys work together, if we work together, then that can't happen. This is the time they're like Babylon is falling. It's literally collapsing, and you can see like America used to go, like they still go around the world promoting democracy and stuff. All these white supremacists, right? They go around the world promoting democracy and all that, but you literally you literally see America. What did you see on January 6th last year? Like the white supremacists attacked the Capitol. Yeah, we know the elections are rigged and stuff like that. That's in most countries because these Europeans are running it. But I'm saying the white supremacists attacked the Capitol. So the whole world is, and look what happened with George Floyd. They seen that white cop kneel on his neck for 9 minutes. So the world, including African governments, African countries, are seeing, wait, all this instability and stuff's happening in the U.S. How are they gonna come and point their fingers? Be democracy. Don't violate human rights when they violate every hour of black human rights in the States. How are they gonna tell anyone anything? So like, yeah. So they're trying to interfere in our affairs. So these governments better say like where's the sovereignty in that? You can't interfere in our affairs. This is we're cooperating with other countries, economic benefit, right? So no, nah. This is just a neo-colonial, a slave master tactic that they're trying to use. They're trying to monitor you. They're basically saying they have to take care of us. That's what they're basically saying, guys. We have to see if Russia's doing anything bad. Who are you? That's what I'm saying. They have to see if Russia's doing anything bad. If Russia was doing anything bad, if they're doing anything bad, do we not have voices? Do we not know how to talk? So like that's what you see what I'm saying, black people? Look how they're trying to they're the one to observe everything. That's why when a lot of African nations have their elections, these Europeans come over there and they're observers. These white folks come and they're observers. How come we can't go observe their election? That's if I was one of the presidents in these countries, if they want to observe my election, like they want to have white Americans or Europeans come and observe the elections, I'd be like, okay, one condition, you can come observe it, but we gotta have people observe your elections too, okay? That's it. Nah, like this parent behavior that no, we gotta oversee everything. Oh no, you're not doing this right. You're not doing this right. Bro, they're telling us to have borders. Think about that. These colonial people, man, they don't want to give up their power, and they see that their system is crumbling. Their fake empire, their fake ass empire is falling down. The empire of lies, like Putin said. So, alright guys, catch you later. Like, comment, subscribe.